Now, what is absolutely disgusting about what I did next is this. I was a serial cheater for over 15 years, and I would cheat in just about every relationship I was in. And the only relationships where I didn't cheat, I wasn't in long enough to cheat. Now, what's interesting is I wouldn't go into these relationships planning on cheating. But it's like sooner or later, when the opportunity would arise, I couldn't fight the urge and I would eventually cheat again. I remember for a long time, I would actually try to be a loyal, honest, faithful person. But again, sooner or later, I would end up cheating again. It's like I couldn't stop myself. My name is Michael, and I am a reformed serial cheater and am now a 5-star Google-rated certified relationship coach and infidelity recovery specialist who helps couples heal from infidelity and cheaters stop cheating. And that is what this channel is all about. Yes, I do one-on-one coaching and couples coaching, and if you need my help, click the link below and schedule a consultation. Today, I'm going to share with you how bad of a cheater I got and what the number one thing that I had to do in order to stop cheating was. I remember the first time I cheated was with my girlfriend at the time when I was a junior in high school. I remember our sophomore year, we were together for like a month. She breaks up with me. A week later, I catch her making out with her ex. Fast forward to the next year, she walks up to me and she says, "Hey, I'm sorry. I made a giant mistake. I want you back." I accepted her back. But what she told me was, I'm still best friends with that ex. And I already told him a long time ago that we were going to go to a dance together. And me, acting like it didn't bother me, said, "Yeah, sure, whatever, that's no problem." Well, come the day of the dance, I remember I seen them over there. She was with him and I was with my date, which I did not like, by the way. But when I went over there to go see her, I got into her field of vision and she ignored me. She acted like she did not see me. Right then and there, I became hurt, I became upset, but also I felt the need to get even. Later on that night, we went to an after party and I hooked up with this girl. But what I realized when I did that was, all of a sudden, I feel better. All of a sudden, I don't feel mad at her anymore. All of a sudden, things are okay and I can continue on with my relationship. Then from there, I would jump from relationship to relationship because I did not want to be alone and I began depending on others for validation. As long as I had a girlfriend, I felt confident about myself. But anytime they did anything to upset me in any way, I would always blame them. And then in order to restore my ego, I would go cheat on them, feel better about myself and not angry anymore at them, and then again continue on with my relationship. Obviously, I didn't leave them because I did not want to be alone. The very thought of being alone frightened me. As I got older, that was my modus operandi. That was my MO. That's what I would do. I would cheat. And again, all I really wanted was a girlfriend. All I really wanted was a relationship. All I really wanted was someone to love me and someone to be there for me. Selfishly. I remember it got so bad. I was in this relationship where I was with this girl and I would stay at her house with her 2 children. One day I woke up and I told her I was going to the gym, which I did. But at that time I was Snapchatting with this other girl who I agreed to meet in the gym parking lot to hook up. I remember I kissed her goodbye, told her I was going to be back in about an hour and a half. When I got there, I took a selfie of myself inside the gym. Then I went out to the parking lot to go hook up with this other girl. Now, what is absolutely disgusting about what I did next is this. I went home and acted like nothing happened. As a matter of fact, in my mind, I was so detached that it was almost like nothing even happened. I went into the kitchen and I cooked breakfast for her and her children. She walked up to me, looked into my eyes and kissed me, so in love. I remember it even got so bad where I began hooking up with other men's and women's wives and girlfriends. But I do remember this. I do remember one time this woman brought her husband to my apartment. I remember she texted me, "Hey, I'm in the area. I'm gonna stop by and say hi." To my surprise, she shows up with her husband and I'm like, And it made me realize, oh yeah, this is how women are. They're the exact same way. And it went on like this year after year, relationship after relationship. And I remember throughout that course of the time, I got cheated on too. But did I learn my lesson? Absolutely not. I kept on cheating and breaking hearts. But now how did I stop cheating? Well, you see, it happened in stages. I remember towards the end of my rampage of cheating, when I began to think, maybe I need to change, is when I began noticing that when I would break these girls' hearts, they would begin crying a cry that was locked inside of my mind for years. When they would catch me cheating, they became devastated and they would cry on my shoulder. And this cry was very unique. It sounded like a mix of sadness, anger, and shock. And I kept going through so much drama in my life, and I was actually depressed for a very long time, as to where it got so bad, I was like, you know what? I need to change. Something needs to change here. And the only thing that helped me change was discovering my issues of cheating and healing from them. I had to go back and I had to ask myself, Michael, why do you actually cheat? I had to take full accountability and full ownership and put the pieces together. I said, what are your issues? Where did they come from? And more importantly, how are you going to fix them? From there, I began creating actions for myself to overcome my discoveries of loneliness, attachment, validation seeking, revenge and resentment, and the list goes on. You see, what I found is I would cheat for many reasons, and I could not stop because I chose not to stop, because it was easier to cheat rather than not cheat. You see, cheating is like a disease. You have the symptoms and you know that there's something wrong with you, but if you do not have the cure, then the disease will remain forever. If you are a cheater and you want to stop cheating, you have to discover your core issues of cheating and fix them. You have to learn to take accountability and develop a very strong, loving, close relationship with yourself. You have to learn to overcome the fear of being honest. You have to learn to validate yourself. You have to let go of what anybody else thinks about you. You have to learn to have integrity by setting boundaries for yourself and not allowing yourself to cross them or anyone else. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, because the more you give, the more you live. Much love, peace, and prosperity to you. I'll see you in the next one.